All right, so we are going to start building this. It is a TRONXY X5SA-500. That is a 500 by 500 by 600 millimeter 3D printer. Get a better view of the whole build. So this is a dual extruder 3D printer. It prints multiple colors. This is your filament sensor. Got two of them since we'll be able to do two colors. Whole lot of screws, springs, nuts and bolts. Won't need that yet. Won't need that yet. They give you all the tools you need. Little hex head wrench, flathead, Phillips head screwdriver. Little wrench, cheap USB cable, won't be needing that, at least not now. Another set of hex head wrenches or Allen wrenches. They give you these little clips. This is to hold on the bed. Usually they give you a little plastic bed cover, but I use a mirror, so I had a 19.5 inch by 19.5 inch mirror cut for this. I just went to Home Depot and had it cut. Give you some cables, some legs. We are definitely going to go by the book on this because I've used TRONXY 3D printers before and I really like them. Their smaller printer that I have has, it comes literally completely put together, except for the gantry. But when you get it, you get the base already put together, the gantry already put together, and all you do is lift the gantry up and screw it into place. This one, it's twice as big as the other one, so it doesn't come together. It doesn't come already put together. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set some things aside. Putty knife, I'll give you a little USB micro SD card reader. These are basically wheels for the belts and parts of the gantry. One of the tools that I use is this thing right here, and it's a small portable screwdriver. It works really good. Comes with all the tips you need. So I'm going to be using that. Here's the hotbed. You can see how big it is. Looks like it might have something over it. I don't know. It's got a bunch of stuff I'll have to clean off. I got the book. We're going to start building this thing right by the book because I haven't built something of this size before. All right, so it's getting pretty big. And I want to go over a few things. This, the actual print head extruder, it's a dual extruder, so it's two in, so you have two colors coming in with one extruder. This is the auto leveling. And when you put this in, you have to make sure this faces towards the front. So the best way to know the front is those rails that go on the sides that actually hold the bed. Those are on the sides. And that would make this the front. So I had to make sure, I kept having a problem getting this lined up, and it actually mounts behind this holder. So when you come around the back side, you have this holder here, and it mounts on the inside. So that's on the inside, and this is on the inside. Everything in here is by millimeter. Everything in the instructions. So you have to really convert millimeter to inches. I think from this inside edge, this is about 5 inches, something like that. You'll have to measure, convert it. And then this is about 9 inches. The other thing is to make sure you mount this when you put it in, it lines up right down the edge with the pulley all the way on the other corner. Same thing with this one. And then these are your drive motors for your filament. This one mounts on the inside to, let's see if I get a better look at this. Mounts to the inside on this inside. There's, you know, the little nuts that go inside here. It goes on this outside rail. This one mounts on the outside to the outside rail. Now this is the back. This is the back side of the printer. So my next part is I have to level both of these two rails. These are the holders for the actual bed. I have to level that. Now, here's the bed. Here's the hot bed. And you can't really see it in the directions, but you put the screw, it's the only silver screw that's in the box. You run it through, then there's a nut on the back side that mounts it to the plate. Then you put the spring, then this rail, and then these tightening screws. So that's next, is putting this bed in. Make sure these are where these shafts are pointing down. Same with this one, and same with this one on both sides. The shafts point down. I put them on upside down. All right, a couple things. It comes with this large plastic plate, but if you want, I go with a mirror. This is 19.5 inches by 19.5. You can get them cut at Lowe's. That's where I got this one cut. Just make sure that they smooth the edges after they cut it. The guy that I worked with didn't. So he was, I don't know, not very confident in cutting glass, so I kind of helped him out a little. But just went through and he cut the second one pretty clean. First one had a few little nicks on it, but once I got home, I just took a belt sander with some, like, I don't know, 400 grit, 300, 200 grit sandpaper, and I just sanded the top and bottom edges of all four sides. That way you get any glass shards or anything off, and it won't be so sharp. So this is all set up. I went over the wiring 3 or 4 times before I'm even going to apply power to it, to make sure that that I'm not, going to blow nothing up. But so there's supposed to be you get a little SD card reader with a micro SD card in it, and it should be a test print. I don't have any filament on it yet, but I want to manually level the bed before I do any printing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off this corner, take it all the way off till it goes all the way down and comes off. Then I'm going to put it back on, and I'm only going to do like 2 full turns. The whole idea is you don't want this, once I get it on, then I'm just going to, there's 1 turn, there's 2 turns. Then I'm going to do it to all 6. Because what I want is I want the bed, when you unscrew, the bed comes up. And when you tighten, the bed goes down. So we'll get this all the way off. Once the threads grab, I'm going to do 1 turn, 2 turns. Then take this one off. It's off. Get on there. There you go. Okay. 1 turn, 2 turns, and then let go of it. So now, even though this one seems a lot tighter, these wires kind of like to sit down inside here. There we go. Get that down like that. All right. I'm gonna do the back side. The whole idea is to pretty much try to get a pretty even baseline. This ain't in the book. This is just something that I'm doing, that I do on my own. There we go. So we got 1, 2. Take this one down. There you go. We go 1, 2, and take this one down. There we go. 1, 2. So now you should feel just a little bit of tension on all 6, just a little, because we're gonna level. Now the next thing we're gonna do, take my tape measure, I want to do with it, and I want to make sure this end and this end are at the same height. And I'm not going to measure to the table because these legs can be, these little legs that are on here may be off. So I'm going to measure